Aquaba, me who was the video of the men and the Bia. Baba for Japan, and they were joined off Aquarasapo. Oh, Camadina constituency on my share, and my constituency need to meet Timmy and there. I do baby a dream, we part more free more and ye. Of Aquarasapo, ye, Aquaba. Now, chairman, now for or
last week, some the message by some intimate Tina until because this week, dear Baba. This week is soon and send baby in Swaba. I tell you.
My chassis and some of our partners. My chassis and a kayak 7 a few baby as was in 7 crowns soon until my men found chassis or was upon young queen. Over.
Some doors. There any infant starting.
There now open all the starting.
Second firing of the Chief Justice.
Okay.
Young court history kakra.
Koso.
Now more young ones no. Mama dear asida. Ya be busa stage. Kaneno na president bia timi eyi I Chief Justice Nedi or sorriness and the board for me Chief Justice Mayuadi Judge Mayuadi. That was in the First Republic. In Tia Banwa Yininoan who say there be yentimi my president in Traho now on sorry so my Chief Justice said the only in two constitution and now Omudi a shame. So what you say? The shame article 146 in particular in America. The shame say a very difficult ama president when ye Chief Justice Eddie. So far no I hear Juma up to today. This is not the first time we be the petitioner court president was said ye Chief Justice Eddie. Mahama crime se baako akon ho ebra means we will be the ade no em se baako kon ho se nkonyi justice akwa or something adi wanye ndina ye nyina ye gidi se ade no article 146 no so are strong enough are deterrent enough say ebetumi ama a state president in hands say obey destroy obey Chief Justice Eddie. So see who say entisa. Who say Chief Justice the president person in a dia. And very easy. Very easy. Go Mahama Obano or see obey Chief Justice no. No what?
Okay.
Waka party will say obey Chief Justice no. And your hair moon one or say oh acquire the highway there's one say me here petition. So what you say?
Me according to which I'm there on my
me petition Council of State so I favor the president. So what you say? Council of State as it is a favor president.
Even Council of State crowd on one advice no Supreme Court can say mampeni pa no befa.
O pa no befa. And Council of State a favor presidency and I'll give you an example to prove we say sanity. Petitions there they come Chief Justice no. Bako wa ya the command na akufo-addo. So what I say Council of State is say no the petition of the buyer no. Entity establish a prima facie case against Mamino. So what I say the president anye
and na akufo-addo.
Wanye the same petition any the abre
John
Mahama. Council of State they say obetina at the prima facie case against the Chief Justice, which means the Council of State no give you decision. One the same item, the same item.
Interesting.
Inti abase, as I said, Article 146 now. Your day ebe restrict the president na. Ya who say inti President Bia or Bow person will Council of State no. Or Chief Justice. Article 146 says this one no obey Chief Justice no. And just say our objective na your person you prevent and say your money you gain for a president say obey Chief Justice no anya adwuma. Mahama prove chair say anya adwuma. This anya adwuma dia na dia na say ye. Amufa.
You see a sign review.
As I say, Article 146. That's the only solution. Because the Mahane and one Antobra, because that situation said, being a lawyer with your common sense. That situation said, one revoke suspension, right? The Constitution said the president may, this may be a discretionary decision. And that situation say there's a case law that just say any constitution, but Supreme Court before and make a decision. So Supreme Court before make a decision. There, let's say any constitution, the Supreme Court before can and then the Bayer of Banemra until say American for free the Supreme Court reverses itself.
Decision.
And that's right. There's another Supreme Court will be back. No case a side decision way you can the side view. So what did I make? So until says Supreme Court to be back, Amasi Sano. So case law no and now now case law no and the same case law no say sir we open was with discretion. So with discretion said the open. And as so yeah, and not say the open yeah. So one year judge yeah, another 1 year legal officer. As a so yeah, mratu yeah, only be exercises our jurisdiction. Constitutional instrument is all yeah at all. So I'm a case law no chair. The Ghana Bar Association for say Mahama on your lawyer. It is a opposite exercises our discretion now. Article 146 and many discretionary powers. Utimiye the Bar Association for say so one person we are censor 1 year lawyer no so what you say as a so we constitutional instrument a better said we the messia a be more exercises our discretion the censor sa ade no enni hono watomra enti yes rawara the why no sign so what you say. Now, knowing Mahama, this case now, a political, it's not law.
Cause
so what I say, a political decision because what kind of that say obey you know. There's nothing that can stop him. So what I say, until when one more koyeno and stop up
John
Mahama. Monday at court case look court Supreme Court no say see what it? What you say? Chief Justice, Buffalo money. On also the Mranda say, I send the court to say,
no. Director man of
Monfamreno. Now, on no unconstituted judges are better assembly. So, the Monsignor, you know, is dead on arrival.
How can you conclude that it's dead on arrival?
Yeah, because any power of say, you didn't ban him. One occupies a position. Is say
Justice Bafuboni.
Definitely, you don't need a PhD in law.
But you say it will be obeying piano.
They say unconstituted court of the Grand Assembly are try. That's my position.
Okay.
Unconstituted. We also a committee in the city. Nibuana. Committee in the city.
Yeah.
And during the case in the court, that's one constituted case now. Unconstituted court now, my answer cases are obeying day. So it's dead on arrival. I'm not saying that they shouldn't stop. And my who say, Sir, and man 146, you know, and to me, and preventing a president.
The only way I won't see him, I mean, so no. If you lawyer, Yana,
common sense lawyer.
The only way I did say, Ghana Bar Association between a fast one and the fast one.
And the fast one, otherwise, also, one can say, only committee no iron. Also, man can say, the way no almost penny be constitution, not only they are stopping. So as I say, and Article 296 of the Constitution, according to them, and the BTV are stopping using the case law.
Okay.
So as I say, but maybe they say is an exercise in futility because this man has met this situation before.
Oh, this man here, why?
Mahama.
Okay.
He met this situation before. Do you remember Munchetre?
Okay.
The case went to court. We went to court to stop you. So get out of here. What the F are you talking about? Eh? I've released them, go to hell.
So constitutional now.
No, I have discretionary power.
But no, yeah, Bonivia.
When you're Bonivia, Constitution says, I will pay my Ontiasia, Koshepo. So and the lawyers are doing the right thing. But maybe exercise. It is just like the demonstration. I support the demonstration. Demonstration is not in support of Georgina Theodore or say Tokono. The demonstration, look at it this way. The demonstration now yet to support Tokono. Yet to preserve the integrity of the judiciary.
Any democracy, Ghana democracy.
Any Ghana democracy. That is why there is a demonstration. And yet BBR. Okay. Democracy are we and what do we do with Article 146?
Yeah, no, first man.
Then you visa as I said, yeah, amending.
Okay.
Now, men so me amendment am de betuga. Na enkrofo so adibiti. So there were 3 arms of government. All right?
The executive, parliament.
Executive, parliament, and what?
Judiciary.
To remove the president, no, is parliament. No. To remove the first man of the land, no, this is a parliament. No. The second person of the land, this is a parliament. No. And then the third person of the land, they say, one arm of the government. So that's a deficiency there. Straight away. And this only saying now you're 1, 2, 3 now independent. Let's say you were representative of the people. Yeah, for our parliament. Let's say have 2 important personalities. Yeah, they're almost equal. So that's here. But 1, 2, 3. Let's say book 2, no parliament that me you are me who the entire say ma judiciary president and judiciary. In that case, the removal of the president and the chief justice, and parliament, I say, and this is what I'm proposed. So I'm saying, I'm going to say, I'm going to suggestion and some of those. I mean, thank you to the air cost on Sudan. Do you want to come party? Rafi opano be kapati asem dey lacha demonstrations are also possible mamintio
lacha ya mencha medina for na afemencha we dey Mr. Mame kwan na mencha opanyi ba ko bi me ne mabusia chese boa wa boa ye ne so pa mra me ma metiase me ma me wuye ye beye ne 1 year ni ade bi abranti bi e frɛ no Alessapia.
Okay.
Na juma friend na lapia o juma ukumasi ofaniema o importer ni ade ele aseda kese na man men share that and na say that but then I feel say there was a dana say abrewa e was ni no ma o ye boa yin na nyame shira no pa me dey make party
because
balance na make party no baby offer end the last no say adinti na ba ko de obi na ye no. Could it be say parliament through elections because president nominate speaker cry yebeto ne swaba and our co-presidency so Ghana for nyina na toaba maybe a chief justice dey obi na appoint into a year
justice goes to parliament for vetting approval.
I know that is just approval, not confirmation. Say you vote, no. If you vote,
parliament with me rejected.
Parliament with me rejected.
But the appointment is by the president.
Yeah. Yes.
And I know they are right.
Exactly. It is a president because it will be a member.
Whoever appointed
should be something that the Judicial Council should now also then look at who becomes our head. no man ko you voting go you
I don't know.
I'll leave that. It's part of this one suggestion. There are two suggestions. Back on one person.
Parliament, you're to ban you. Judiciary, but president and so you're to ban the name say you hear that linkage in a man.
And none of them say be I don't know where I understand. We just say Parliament did the system.
Now the suggestion.
I'm fan from party. I don't pay me. Missions of interview. I'm the former Ashanti Regional Minister. Maria Hoy.
No, said
me papa no ya okakra. Okay. I've realized that me also say you a lot of nyachom for MPP party mo.
Koso.
Me tie papa ne kasa or see from J.J. Rawlings time 1992 constitution by party bia obe lusu no entitimu na mani lusu the obe win no eyenkabo, which is true. But my example entitimu no eba set by the year I think 2000 NDC for so Professor Mills not NDC for President Rawlings the Professor Mills is see NDC for so entitimu by he mentioned that 2008 7 MPP for 17 candidates and also I mentioned here said the issues by 2016 at the B by. So as a regional minister, why did he in 2023 decide to identify Beba?
Oh yeah,
he came out boldly, Ashanti region, so not the candidate way and the find by of course, and the Timuna no panel, no Ashanti region. Okay. As the head.
I feel no matter what seminars. Not just say as no kind of a papa, but a papa, but on the one that's no case on new side history and repeat 2023. Yeah. And I'm asking, say, the papa, we don't know now. I feel any other. Well, you feel also a mistake and the confined to Muno, says a year. But so no can be so say he contributed. Well, once I had co-election now, we a senior party member. You who support what team? I also knew Sasania man to move back parties winning elections. I couldn't. It was kind of pay. Never do any down say, or my party now opposition. If I crowd or can I said Dr. Mahmoud Baumia will be Obia or Bemwa or co-election, he will win hands down. Oh, yeah. No, bold enough, say, on there, baby, or one or no. Yeah. And then I never also didn't move, but on one admitting. My main friend, now remember the incident I no pay would deal with the press engagement from Honorable Ken. Media, now I imagine classes, and I'm the Ghana pan. I thank you to restart here before due respect. Maybe I pay your friend Granga Minko. Thank you to an community Minko. Honorable, what reason they saying?
Yes, yeah, Kodasi. But as Dana, yeah, Kodano. Yeah, Kodasia, yes, I just have party in some.
Teach him.
Yeah, Damase say, yeah, Kotuaba, Motai, ye Ninkunim dear. Okay. Yeah, Dinkugu, but in himself, and Motai, Mobado party, Nakos, where the party that is and the Yamo Modena and some party, no, sending Yama be Yankee Humu, Yadas, Yaka, thank you. But I want to say, what you can send me, am I Lucia? We are again opening rooms.
Oh, sir, you're too petrol.
I am not saying I am Kodasi. So what I say? The Americans are say, yes, I want to book and the Japan meaning some our kind of NBC for boy and you Lucia. Take it as say, be more legend. Or my tribute to defeat to the Numusum. Can the Japan say, we lost this election in the year 2022, and you didn't DDEP by pensioners and Secretary of Ministry of Finance. Only for Mwagene. Dr. Barubam, you can the same thing.
Yeah, I'll confirm this. No count.
And pro, and I didn't know position any the way. Young can call MPP party. When the proof was being told to us boldly, yes, there be depend on party away yenti.
Yeah, to me, I manage dollar ni. I know say asem no credit.
I don't say asem no credit. Dr. Bawumia can work at home. Was it arrogance of power?
I know say asem no credit.
Arrogance of power. It's in some of the Dr. Bawumia can do. E mo dey na kan Agyapong kan say anunti na me
akọ. There was a penny of frame here. Na o kana ken na musa nsem a o kan so na bo ken na e kan. E mu ne wo he na enya no kure.
Yeah.
Wa twan kontompo bi won sama wo kan mu an. O si da bi. Anya se bi ande e be kan. Na mzi na wa na enim.
Of course.
Sa asem na wo kan. Say wo nim say ya manage dollar ni.
Yeah.
Wo nim say fuel ya tumu an chede be to aba. Wo nim say levy. Ndi sa ansem no a mo so wo kan na e ya monti da no. Enya asem kro no a.
Amonu de he. Eti uti nsem na Dr. Bawumia na so o attribute the ma elusi eni nyina. All these were the same warning signs that the Agyapong can say. I mean to ya here. Yes, I the same people we ma kwa ye belusu. And one is see.
There are strategies and a marketer. Na say Dr. Bawumia can nsem ya edi ho komo. Na bi no say in a marketing way and he's trying to exonerate or no from because osan ko election you know say batan ho a ade a ebe ha no nti at least on pushing fan ko baby kakra so ahwa no ka say tufu e no ko wote ye na ye ne nwanwa afi ya say enye haircut mampani be kan say enye haircut afi ye ko ye haircut utie ne nkomo no ne ade no a ye ade e be boan in person oko nanim na
and you're number one.
Okay.
And you see, the mistake some of Bawumia actually for the BA and they say, you're two about we you know as a flag bearer. No? Some of them came out, no start so more attack akufo-addo. Oh, you call meeting, Dr. Bawumia so pay e-levy, the better be a fee, is akufo-addo na so a day no for yata musu mobile. Now Dr. Bawumia no support you and I feel now so more try say be Dr. Bawumia free akufo-addo abai home. But yeah, we understand he has been around made for almost 80 years.
Double standard because a drew baby no. Then you want to be on some Jimano say a true initiative.
Yeah, and a buy. So any panel what's on the boss assume almost 8 years now. After you try the castle, the boss no money be your year, you know, not a new movie. What are you doing to akufo-addo? We all know say akufo-addo will not want the flaws. Yes. Racial police you say. Yeah, kind. The MPs were bold enough. Dr. Bawumia say no on Peninsula. He didn't make that known. And then when you would hear Dr. Bawumia Babonti, Ebeka said, my name is boss and Yajino.
Eh, can I say a racial for you and yes, sir.
But if they come again for himself, who can say a racial for you?
Yes, sir. I say a racial for you.
It's never know who can you know again. You want to say
racial for me, or maybe I need direct to continue one year, no, not some work and you know.
One a year and doesn't who say. As a year, a bimusa thank you to almost call for just MPP delegates. Because young can be beer, say the circle to a bar, a bit free by. But the thing it was not meant for MPP delegates. It's meant for MPP for me, Ghana for me. Okay. And I will go back and say, sir, yet there's one person at the Busa say, MPP for more service, Busa Ghana for me. I always say, why not? But not go 40 party office say, why not delegates? Not why not Ghana for pay. But it was so obvious to say, Ufi. It was so clear. I am got two. John, but all the also they be changing. But we were some of a panic in one and the vice president, former vice president Agyapong said, and then my Lucy.
So a political party, now so co-election, now a candidate had no co-election. Do you again I wish me be some question based on near CEA at this end could go. Is it about political party any power now and not personality? I would not corner and I wish.
Honorable, and a 2 million, you know, be academy. 2 million of a big translation. I will 2 million people Ghana see it. And never be to me. That's work more than the
a carry president of Wasmo.
Definitely.
Mamu Obia, Obet me power mamu. Most of the nice gentleman, on also so a driver, you 3 years waiting at Jamai. Now between the two, power now, I say gentility now.
So the mistake MPP did was MDC when they knew say Mahama bet me win the power. Omo ye bibia no be Mohammed.
Obarasa for dey be lose.
What you say?
We see for myself I'm tete o masu.
Any person see and a phone from the city and the back the better man.
Na can no kwade no grofo hu to mpene sam.
What we tie voice note to be a Monday flag bearer born wa lecture be Kumasi Amachi. Amachi di Kande Japan tema supported by Umia and Amachi park in Japan said maybe he was too harsh on Kande Japan. Now Ofili said MPP Kande Japan back in the between a bed and a year.
Politicians no what it I'm from new party.
Only I'm to for
oh yeah politician.
Dr. Amachi lecture political science department and then there also or Gidi say or it will know it too harsh now. Ofi say can pragmatic between a born Ghana.
I mean some assembly because a strike me. My name is offer correct offer. Some more election. Political party and power a bomb back was
right.
Political party then this wadi hunu nyina and they say obe win the power.
Correct.
So no time am call election na makoyi candidate na mo de na akwa. Ya na mo hwe power no ana mo hwe obi aso we de owonim de or gentle or e de na mo hwe.
Ya hwe ni mienu nyina. Obi abaka se hwe back o se back no anya no kre. E hwe ni mienu nyina. So what you say?
Na
yeah, the question would be acceptability, not intelligence, acceptability and power.
Okay, acceptability and power.
Yes. So what you say? Because, for instance, 208 elections, right?
Yes.
We were told to say, Tio, we were told to say a president win power.
Bring Alan. 208.
Bring Alan.
Yes.
Okay, because Nana Ejimi and win. That is what we were told. Okay, but the party in general felt to say,
watch it.
So what you say? He has served, he's paid his dues. So he is the last of the old breed of MPP.
Sanse ni awo kan to bring Alan no because why analysis no happen I can say nka omo de Alan the buy nka 208 omo win.
So I say he was the last of the old breed.
No, was emotion and munyam.
Yes, see omo aka ni nyina ya 1992 for and ya no omo start here. Obia ni wa oka beyond.
Na wan nye research and hunu say ya the Alan ba on the be win.
No. The national security, this research I'm talking was done by national security. So what you say?
But still, our party decided. But still, our party decided say power. No,
the party supporters of believe we say that Wesuba it be win, and because they gave him
with the research now national security.
But they gave him certain things. So what you say? They are far superior to the officer obeying national power. No, am I? And at that time, no, I went into the MPP constitution.
Man respected research now national security for your mom.
I went into MPP constitution at that time. In fact, I think up to 2012 or so, MPP constitution did not have to say the party is formed to win power. That was not there. Now we are.
It was not formed to win power.
No, it was not in the constitution.
And then so them the assembly back.
MPP constitution. If you mark menu there, now there's nothing said party for political. Our objective is to win political power. It's not in the constitution.
To form an organization.
It's not there.
Same thing I am saying
it's not in the constitution.
I see.
Okay, and what you are saying in the A true. So what you say. And I'm okay, that one is gone.
Yeah.
But you can't. You won't be so because I just have a couple.
Yeah.
And say, oh, share you see now. Me dear, me feel say, yeah, dear one bro. Now is not the time I answer and cook Sanya Mano. Yeah, quite thank you, I am quite thank you. Now, the issue of why Honorable can hear the engagement, no. Media, me man to a and it's a Santa Minyan Ken the crown, Dr. Baumia, Stephen Tim, Justin Kodia, Omunteki decision, almost suspended thank you to for any.
Oh, I'm not twice a day, Mama.
Yeah. Not just can so I
no
only na and say and Winjai. Dr. Baumia, Stephen in team, Kodia, Canadian Agyapong, they should all go and visit this gentleman, spend time with this gentleman. Let the gentleman and the students know say and ye Jesse students ye no nyina dwene no ahwe a strong message to the student fraternity. A school for one dey be gina aye campaign amaye ya wo school ni second we jan wa thank you to Agyapong so the support me massa could do it. Well, to me, Agyapong supporter or Agyapong faithful, a good plus.
Yeah, that call presidential promise. That's my last question on you. No member of Agyapong. So okay, yeah. Now, aggressiveness, no, from Uraken, this time around, camp no relax
because what's it? Yeah, true. Abanu, you know, people felt to say can and support it. Abano. And supported Dr. Baumia. But Ninkomo Mniama was to say, and was a year day, yes, so because party no as to sing will be now so only that would let you can say which then I'll be to my honorable. Yeah. Woman party will be doing I share party no and in a deep party no just to support the party. Usha and then because of the new can no with me friend I can't say I do we are if it's easy. Yeah. Why they can't say hey. This man wants Dr. Baumia to win. Exactly. The new Canadian uncle for refuse. Why was Yemia Kokuana even crowd a show? Why was it suspended? Yeah. Was suspended because of issues around Dr. Baumia. It's a big no vision I can be good for Dr. Baumia. No, oh, one okay can send me a tea party no. It will be no preoccupy. And he will let you know so they can and just sign it here. Say, or say party ninety. A party ninty. Dr. Baumia cry for me. To me of all people cry no akasa yi. It be taken times 8. Yeah, every Mr. McCann about my main car. Tama all president, you know. There was not a single day I made bad radios and Obian himself na Mikasama in Japan. Ah, never better than say kasa. Na many can Japan and kasa say be away now. Now this is how I it is a way call Casawa, no cray when you say name. It will ban our Casa, who confidence, who baby, I do was some better. That is Japan. We don't know that I've never been near Casa. Or no Casa or fair lawyer Toso, name Naso, near Casa, a blue cry now to the extent the Cocra said the honorable first lady, Timikra, get involved. Because Obiara concern say whatever information they be kono, you make sure say your idea didn't come boom a bebwa party, no be able to party nim. But then go for me, when we say baby say I know abetna, no abeka sasa, Obiara ni MPP say abeka say party no na kuma. First mama. Na kuma say the big two party na. You see one we be bua here. You person ni pana can dey Japan. But I say can MPP so you can Agyapong ye my member so afi young ken o suggestion I me and say first one why we that bra second one
no the first one me we say as I say if you free president in sem na yedema parliament president obey petition or petition na offer parliament na 2/3 of parliament so me judicial committee or 2/3 of parliament members of parliament I agree say there's a prima facie case. Prima facie case no ba president on setting the committee. So what you say?
Okay, you free council of state or
the council of state yanko bio I have a suggestion on council of state. Yen enko hobio. Now president or setting the committee. We are committee now. There's a committee to make recommendation. So what you say? As Senate president best setting committee net 2/3 of parliament I agree say there's prima facie case. Then the president set up committee. The president set up committee. Next a committee did the recommendation. Basse, Yengi Chief Justice Nadia. Then that recommendation goes back to Parliament for 75% of parliamentarians to approve that recommendation. Otherwise, no dismissal. That's my position. And then Crawford said, fine. But it's more difficult for the president to even appoint. And the only appointment in free president in 7. So what you say? Never judicial secretary no appointed. Now, almost set you conditions. Constitution in my authority. No more set you conditions. Almost set you conditions. No more advertising. No more interview. Interview we are. Then you want to find a norm the parliament for parliament to approve. Which means that is what Kenya does. Kenya advertising now interview. So what I say, Bako at the end, which to me is good. Which means this time the president, the only time or baby one say or beg petition. Or no the parliament. The parliament are in the Juma. So what I say. Now, Council of State. Suggestion and person or Council of State in say. Council of State who need na say no.
Party line.
Your party line. They go with the party in power. So you know why? Because president appointed by 11 or 12 or 14. And
those go for election.
And the election now only 2 members from the district assemblies in the region. Only 2. Who select the 2 members? So here, I'm in power. I'm in government. Okay. My fire district chief executives in the one Council of State electors. As a some we a department one be in department. Never be. Never make a presiding member say district coordinating you say when you department. So the president the main suggestion in the say Yama the elected assembly members. Zina and Tuaba. Because Omo normal represented the region. Because I saw a regional rep. And until the person assemblies no etuaba. Yambasi in the national election say na ubianko tuaba. And the regional representatives na a war a region elected assembly members. In the assembly members no kwa and tuaba. You say assembly members, elected assembly members, appointed assembly members in Kang. So what I say, elected assembly members. Presiding member is elected into account. This is chief executive is not elected. He's appointed into account. So the only appointed members. Now, president, so the recommendation, suggestions now endorse. So what I say, so another say. Increasing the number of Council of State members already now as one ground useless. Give me further suggestion. Hold on, say, reducing number one president the bed nominated by the number of regions now the account. Say the 6 regions never count. And today president 14 as 11 near 6 are free. So I retain the same number of assembly members. Council of State members. That's as a cost, and yet and cost but this with this suggestion in there, you bring a representative of the councillor, a council of state, such as here, purely representing the people. One way or the other, no, it's even the second chamber. So even though one more recommendation, no, and yet binding, but a better saying what is happening now. So what is happening now in India is an extension of the executive. Into maybe suggestion and for the Council of State.
So when the elephant fight, it's not the grass that suffers this time. It's the NDC that has a field day and then continues to misrule President John Kufuor, President akufo-addo, Mr. Kwame Pieni, and other respected elders in the party must do the needful. Somewhere Brian Boabe and a day way, but a day na opeso munye.
Because you were Council of Elders. So this a Council of Elders not to one who say be cosna enya. Omutimishia. No almost I'm making recommendation. Recommendation, no, say if you are in government, it can go to the executive. So what I say, if we are in opposition, there, the leader of the party is the chairman. Then it goes to the national executives. Almost like since it's an advice, it's not binding. But there who said party institutions that them a Juma.
Let us say, if what doctor is saying is not the best, please it is MPP. So tell the executive to stop doctor from saying those things. The party is drawing some of us backwards. Our love for the party is fading. Oh, are they? Mame ba asembe na ba. Niye hu ni ACC nyina so can party 7 home. This is a lengthy one. The thank you tour is good, but the timing is wrong and the arrangement is bad. In my opinion, the party leadership should have discussed Prof. Michael Quay's report, give themselves time for John Abbas Mahama and his demonic government to incur the wrath of Ghanaians beyond measure before embarking on the thank you tour. What is going on is to deepen the division that is already threatening the very existence of the party. So some had already suggested that the tour should be suspended. Solomon Kwe I say menene ya adwon baby an say MPP party no and in some course in Tiama and some fa o mampani Mahama ho kra no am for Martin Luther Walaboni. In my candid opinion, the incident that happened at Kumasi during the MPP thank you tour goes beyond internal party wranglings. The NDC is doing everything possible to create this unity in the politics. The call by some inactive founding members to form a new party is the influence of the NDC. This is what they did in 2012. Martin Luther Laboni, who difference, dead in arrival. And also, my opinion, that's it, say, although they MPP doesn't need power, they need personality. If Ken is in the NDC, no one will contest him. Pasolo, no, so now join or the Abano. Also,
Professor Michael K reports now. Is it public?
And public.
But on the same thank you tour, Abonia was quoting, making references to Mike Okwe report.
I am a report no fair BDA, but in detail
you see, that's why that's where I see a big problem in the structure of the thank you tour. And yet when I come Michael Okwe report, it's a thank you tour. Let's thank the people. Let's call for unity. Safini. Report address issues then we now look at issues, hot spots by Ashanti region. They see a movie called CC. But as I said, the air jumping report in the implementation will be able to thank you.
There's no way Dr. Bawumia can divorce himself from Nanado's program and policies. I even don't see why he wants to do that. The defeat of the MPP in itself cannot ostensibly be blamed on the policies and programs per se. The post-mortem analysis of the electoral defeat of the MPP largely confines the defeat to internal problems. Okay,
but you see, for example, NAPCO, we touted it as a brainchild of Dr. Bawumia. Now Dr. Bawumia says, and go for NAPCO ever high. Now the issue is, if I introduce such a policy to government, me will say a very good eboa. Now a good implementation FHC struggles as a vice president. Why not come and say we are having struggles near we will be affected?
Mame Usman Akusaka Ewo Kuku Hills. And I think this one goes to Agyapong. Please tell the man you are interviewing that if he's not married, I will marry him by force.
That must be he.
He really talks sense. He really talks sense, and his brofo is killing me. Brofo, the African brofo. I want to say, when he 82 years old, he's 80 plus.
But on a serious note, Honorable, the issue of say thank you to and then go for aerial the weapons to go to those places. And also go free. So I mean, engineer police need be any around. When those people say two because it's your report now 22 and Sanasika one back.
That's what to mark over 8.
And the 22 to me and pushing go for and can't you say hey, the Amoyan Munyai. And where did they draw their power from to go and show that showmanship? Say, you beat me up 2-2. But, sorry for the use of a language we are person use. Ebia obe komuno sebi. Nipa na yedi tuona she ne nsem na aseke kutano no. Ne IQ level is so low say that onim say we ye school for we ye tax, we ye rebels, we ye for the new modeli. Because only yansa and the tuition say na school for ba a function asia. Unko je school for mu nko tututu. Unko twese kan ko wo school ni a onkuta weapon onkuta we if you call yourself a security ni a ye do be won by. So what sort of people do we carry along say onko enko as you say onko make create chaos and also onko protect bibi.
Na won say na 2 for AE abrantie na to abobano na e ho no nti on the 2 TVs o hwe sese ya
eti ring betumi awo obi say kawa say kawa she won sa na ode kawa no e kawa e betumi bandage obi say no
ode one very bad,
no
very bad.
And yet to me the make say it is the whole process that has to be suspended. I am happy Honorable Agyapong say Dr. Bawumia friend on nakasa and Dr. Bawumia te this is now what taking us because nipa no obe support you and the baby ato no it is never to be name nko na so obe ko no akohwe nipa na metiwase a good decision ko only general secretary akasa or say a good decision ko but me no ka say o dey up for platforms o we antiken ne ko tin some make can fa dey we ho
o mo asem Ghana for nso a ene MPP for a o mo pe no kure nso
enu nyansa pe no
kure no say na obi aba grounds na o se me dey grounds am ba na ken nti na mbae na obi a want to say kan na ma sorry say me dey me ko thank you
it does not make sense as a leader no
over
party assembly and another suggestion for Boku Asem very important. This is the second time Boku Eko Meshia Krofoti nim Opoku are the second or transfer and Kusifi Jimmy the suggestion I may and say 3 the 2 person Mampusi ni Kusasi as a sound me no agree say Otunfo embediati asem right as a sound me no jitum say omu bako and a bit my boku naba oza as some jitum sa so nipa bako and a bit my boku naba that is 2 3 as a sound jitum say once Otunfo eye mediation ntokwa ye friend ntokwa no wo nkumi wo asu hobiu. I'm saying this because for no dagomba for no for the 10 years now Otunfo no take yansana omo eba decision no what is what mokunda differences bi ba omo tamo na bia de see wo committee no na omo ba no omo ka ho asem but omo ankoda for 10 years enti esema mpusi ni kusasi Mr. President, when I do say as long as assembly Otunfo then final and the most important one, Mr. President, say Otunfo's decision is final, binding and irrevocable. Because a lawyer for BBC friend rest judicata. So what you here? Say, yam first some no ama endia. Ombakusa go say Jesus Christ be sababi.
Osa asem let me esi ye kamanisi.
Enti Otunfo is the last step in Mr. President. Let me say sab you can say go Otunfo. But the second president because one of the asem na come Otunfo. No wa. Enti one sa suggestions here me ye. Eko emawo and yet too late after we must start from leaders no we make an open form san shekratase set Otunfo decision a final binding and irrevocable.
So I understand also the count as I'm corona why repeat also the count party as mama 2-3 minutes na sorry so you brain so
I'm over party assembly yeah can some catch my kind of say thank you toy it will be a blessing to the party or a disaster. Blessing no be ya said you mbesi a handle no. So mo ba said you be ko na said dem wo fasi kan ye be pamo chem. Okwe report no amoka okwe ba ya amoka chere sem amoka chere mu ni nyina yate. Ye ba be hyem mu se nsam de yemienu de party ye ana de aban ye de aban ye ne de ye dia ba mu die ntime nsisa. Deboa.
Yep.
You don't know,
no.
You make me at the I reshuffle.
No.
Yem to me. You make me a passing law. Okay, yem to me. And Gianni, dear, Mummy and Anton chain. Dear Mukafa party, you say yam party, yan members, and the executives, no, yaki, ya pamucho, ya be promise him say. Ebi NC bio ye be bobo na say bi NC bio na de di kan kwase ye be ye ne say ye party constitution no so achi ase ye pese ye sesam nti ye ki committee ye srem ara obia ope asem bia pese ye sesa no fa koma committee no no mo hwe no omo sesamayen ansana ya ba beto aba na say aye bibia mi che say wo ka we say na tro mo a case closed. Obia very happy. Na ya mahaso so mom chase ya maha
over so mama na Jamabute wa hwan so ya ne no ni first vice chair.
I agree to that.
Mama kwa hwan so ya ne ni nkomo kakra. Jamabute ya mwa achimba na tu ne o man FM so.
Mejo so.
Now what to say?
Kami adom ni mo pa bo be we.
Okay, yeah, that's why we are discussion ni. Ma intio.
I'm the idea on the upper end is national fire tool so free. Almost as far as the Nago Mecano. I'm pleased I had Baumiana tools of road. Yang you didn't let a pub and take a catcher over there, you come thank you to. What are they? Now, I don't say, lawyer immediate past as per another immediate past. Presidential candidate in the Pata national or buy. But about so much as there, but we are not can Quadrani again. It is never true.
Or then I party in a year, Anna.
Yes, I have party in a year because party in the letter Coma can say, I'm not a drainy, and you can go about what does the letter come out.
That's your letter now, calling you Dr. Baumiana the coin.
Gabi, the letter be a copy, baby, and now say, what two departments on organization with me thank you to Anna. Tabby. Let us know how I'm for the amount what we did in I know the Coma can know who are.
Jamabutina said an honorable can they cancel on the flag bearer and tea or on the face of the thank you tone or Sanamu design. Okay.
But I don't just say, no.
Okay.
A part in there.
Okay.
It be the enemy, please, thank you to the and you have been your blame games. Yes, to be a fear trouble. A joke on a blame game. Now, just open the party, they say another day. Now, since when, and I thought, finance the party now, obey enemy to the party. What nonsense is this?
I would try.
Huh?
I would try.
Now, you can't do a bit of come up on Tino. How many on the body wish to the party as I? Yana say, 2,000 years, big Nayada, also all Bayado or Saturday Roman Star. From 92 to date. Almost said, Mr. The Portuguese as I. Party again, young will be at zero. The Mobiat is a party, though. Young will be at zero. Your brother was unable to do that. So, fine. We don't have any problem against him. You bear nomination that I will be about for the Ibia, no, maybe I have supported of the winning. But there was the other kind. Chamabuti, what to make a party, though.
Chama, what to make a
we talk about.
Me said, they're not person clarify, and I will clarify. My no, as him say, Treble Hormona or Yabutrana. some who in some way and somebody be
chairman general secretary who down and you maybe all castle.
Yeah.
Marco Pay, I report out. Well, I get a copy. It is why a favorite theater never will come once more. Now got the arrogance of power. I don't know how to be arrogant. Why be arrogant? Because Nana do not hear the title. You better hear on 2028 local campaign.
On one and near my campaign.
Oh, it is a fear. So the legacy that you just get campaign, I will also say that. One will say, I will put this among the guy and the man and this boat with the eye. In this year, someone who can send it with the other say.
Advice. My no, I say, I forgot. My answer now, I say, one of human pay for problem.
You see the problem?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, said public statement or party leadership not enough. I communicate directly with them. But my fee said, say no more fairly party in Kakran.
I didn't hear.
Because say I didn't say about me and
yeah.
Say party near so what yes, say party near Tonwa. Baumia should not be the last person to speak.
The chairman.
Even when you go to a meeting and the president is there,
The leader
of that meeting who speaks last. Dr. Akosa, I'll catch them, President Kufuor said, Mr. President, at this meeting, I am the president. He told him. So I said, it is a party in there, yeah. And Pim is the last person to speak. Woman in a Casavia, now we're chairman, one pop. Let me be a seer and then what? So I said, no, could be a saying this, next time you're ready again. On your mission. But you don't let it look like Baumia, a campaign, and walk up at the top. The party executives are failing us. Because I so far I like my General Secretary. I've liked everything he has said. He has never gone off.
Yeah.
To even repeat, he said, mistake, he said, and one said, be our pacho.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've heard what Ken has said.
Yeah.
He also has done the same thing, but he was tripped.
Yeah.
He almost tripped at Bron. Got a point.
On one way, also one who is so.
Yes. What's your point?
Yeah.
That just said, I am useless. But I'm happy, sir. Or more realizing later on, say, hey, if I'm preaching peace, let's be crackers.
Or more call the quarter on or elite kakra.
Yes, that's what they say.
Casano. Sanamo, Kamako Gajan, gone or boileba.
Yes, what boileba he was. And because he was tripped.
Yeah.
So what I say. But until that incident, the speaking now was perfect. So, Baumia, I'll fought him kakra, but Baumia can't do cray. There's not a single statement that Baumia Akase, and he refused to do this. Or say, we. Papa Munku tell the speech.
Yeah.
Or say, we. It is a Dipaka we are. Next say, what you want?
No, that is doctor reporting it that we.
That's right.
But doctors of borders come to say he was not.
No, but let's forget about his photos. We are talking about what he has said.
Not just what knows about this.
No. Let's say what he has said.
He has said, okay.
He has said that we, you can't, what can say? That's right. What's it? You can't say. Young fat. Yemfa yile ba ense yentie there's not a single place that Baumia said. He said, and the government he did not listen. He said, we of
thanks for coming. I support
your suggestion you have made. And I'm saying it loud now. It's very important. One second. This young man has made an intelligent suggestion. Say, as a someone giant Paul,
yeah,
and that's what for even for the 3 weeks, for the whole of this week, we are now going reflect. Now, if you remember, continue in solidarity with the member who has been wounded.
yeah.
So as I said, whether I say a political and I say a political grandpa, you support to say, yeah, sorry. And the party leadership, where it is not said the Buteka, it is not about me who's going to say he's stopping it. It's the party. It's Stephen Kim.
Again, your leader.
Stephen Kim and Kodia should come out and say they are sorry for
That's you know Beyonce. Infancy of a from that so by Charlie also me that's it. So by we do for us upon chair and connect. But of our China holiday in Tino. Kona jo home me day. Okay. Yeah, okay. Nyame aduma if you are down opa ibeshia akram.
So them say Ghana.